most likely you've been going through a lot of stuff, a lot of hardship, a lot of trouble and tribulation. The very words of the Master Christ, so to speak, that he basically said that each day has enough trouble of its own. And I say he is the master, like, because that's who he claimed he was. And someone rising from the dead, I mean, that gives an automatic title. And his life is something that we should really model against our own. Each day has enough trouble of its own, and things like wisdom and understanding really comes in like handy when you want to mirror that across and apply it to your life. This is how you're going to turn a yes into a no. Circumstances are at extremes, as you've probably experienced in your day-to-day, and that the life you live isn't so ideal most of the times due to just impossible challenges, so to speak. Like many people will tell you, life is twice the fight. And so when impossible things seem impossible, I mean, it's what is being called above is basically what goes down here while we're in a body, like where we just go about our day without not necessarily knowing that you're required to do something. God himself, master of puppets, I don't know how you see a God, whether he's loving or kind or an angry, hateful God. He has basically designed a life to be lived, and each and every single one of us as individuals have a predefinition of how it is to live our life. And I'm not saying that you're not free or able to make your own choices. It just means that the grand scheme of things, everything has a plan that has been called, and that applies to everybody. Anybody you go across the street and say, look, man, why is that guy homeless, or that busker playing guitar, like why doesn't he get a job? Like these are the things that are very subjective to the point that where like you lose the plot trying to analyze why everything is the way it is, the world we live in. And you have a responsibility to take on board like these observations and educate yourself to how it is you are to perceive the world. And I refer to Bible texts for wisdom and knowledge and how to base my observations. And so it isn't what you seem like. Many reasons why people are homeless, many reasons why people are into crime, many reasons why people are suffering, and it's a blame game if you do not address the fact that you yourself are responsible and that you have a part and role to play in this life while you're on earth. And I will refer to the Lord Christ, who just says, look, there is enough trouble in a day as its own, and many other sound doctrine that you can basically refer to as far as how to live your life. I don't think God is some type of God who is a control freak. Like I think he basically really does have a will for you, and he's just basically saying like, yeah, you're free to go and to make your own choices, and it's up to us to whether we impart or apply and take on board these train of thought pattern of thinking that will determine and decide how our lives are gonna play out while we're alive. Like what will make it fruitful, what will make it worth living. I mean, there's so much hardship out there, and none of that gets unnoticed. And again, I will tell you straight up, so you have a part to play, you have a role to play in your life, in your own circles, and so you are going to either take that on board and take account for what it is that you want to do and what it is that you should be doing. Peace.